Alright. Let's see how that sound's turning out. Everything seems to look alright. It's been a while, so let's make sure we got all our settings right. Everything's looking pretty good so far. Now today, we are going for Call of Cthulhu. Since it's been a while, I thought we'd do a live play. Let's hope it's all still working. Now, what happened to our sound? Let's see here. Alright, there we go.
Where is the bookseller?
Okay, so now we're in the antique dealers. Let me just give this a minute. I don't think we're lagging, so that's good. I think we should be in for a good time. Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Got everything how I want it set up. So let's start the investigation into the antique dealers. So I forget exactly what we're looking for. The nameless bookstore. I left the Sanders house, still shaken by my encounter with the Shambler. Thanks to Kat's indications, I ended up at the nameless bookstore a haunt for devotees of esotericism. The place seems to have been burglarized. Who could have done such a thing? Now, do I have any points? Don't think I can go to the next level or anything, so we'll leave that. I think I read all this last time. Alright, so let's see what we can find here.
Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
The pastor declared himself to be the prophet. He renounced God and worshipped a strange pagan entity with a monstrous appearance. His wife tried to reason with her husband, but in vain. He was convinced that he must listen to his voice, to this voice in his head, because it holds the truth. Okay, now we saw something here.
Freud's The Interpretation of Dreams. It's the work that laid the foundations of psychoanalysis at the beginning of this century.
This practical work written by Sigmund Freud for psychologists describes the techniques of analytic interpretation of dreams. The analysis must follow several rules, especially that of free association, a principle announced by Freud at the end of the 19th century. It treats dreams as a way of revealing buried desires. I cannot believe that this theory is applicable to my nightmares. Okay, what's going on here? I don't want issues, so don't tell me about issues. Okay, our connection still looks good. I don't think we're lagging. But I'll keep an eye on that. I don't want our first stream after so long to crash. Alright, what's this over here? Another book. Dark Water History. A Puritan colony led by the Reverend John Wickwood settled on the island during the 17th century. They named the island Darkwater because of the dark shades of the sea. They believed it was because of a particular color of the rocks surrounding the island. They erected the first buildings, among which were the Hawkins Manor, the church, and the cemetery. The rare documents and handwritten notes they left spoke of nightmares and deviant behaviors. They disappeared at the beginning of the 18th century. Nothing down here. Okay, we got some oil. Someone was playing some chess, it looks like. The 19th century, as the American whaling industry reached its peak in the rest of the world, whales gradually disappeared from the water surrounding dark water. This phenomenon appears even more mysterious because up until then, the region was favored refuge for the creations. Seachians? Seachians. Seach? We'll skip that. In 1847, after months of pursuit, Celia, come on. I know my battery's low. The Celia returns to port with a gigantic creature on board. Its crew asserts that the sea monster had eaten all the disappeared whales. After a night of ferocious combat, the survivors managed to drag the beast onto the whaling ship. So that was the miraculous catch from earlier. Anything else? Some skulls. Some random scrolls. What else do we got?
The Book of Zion is the foundational work behind Helena Blavatsky's Theosophical movement. Its followers place truth on the same footing as a religion.
These Tibetan writings are at the origin of the esoteric movement founded by Helena Blavatsky at the beginning of the 19th century. The creator, the Theosophy, would have drawn extensively on the text of this work, but no one has ever been able to consult them. I thought they didn't exist. This book, discovered in the nameless bookstore on dark water, could be much fake as irrefutable proof of the Balskav's sincerity. Alright, so we got some occultism there. Handbook on Anomity and Dissection. A precise illustration with as much detail as the first volume. This book focuses on healing surgery specific to malformations and motor disorders. A bit more medicine is always good. What's in here? Would you read the book? I'm kind of curious. It's probably a bad thing to read.
What does this strange book contain? This book contains unholy knowledge.
Probably shouldn't have picked that up. This collection catalogs and classifies creatures that I've never heard of. Divinities from the stars, creatures capable of traveling from one dimension to another. It presents itself as a reference work on the bestiary of the myth, without giving details on the mythology to which it refers. Its pages are covered with phantasmagorial illustration. Oh, that's more occultism.
What happened here?
The least that can be said about this book is that its title is well conceived. The illustrations of human anatomy and dissection methods presented are illustrated in great detail. You have to have a strong heart, or the detachment proper or the detachment proper to doctors to consult its pages. Alright, some more medicine. Yeah, something's going on with this painting. So let's start the investigation.
Let's start over. Where did they break in from? Blood. Seems like amateur work.
Yeah, you'd think you'd at least use a cloth or knock out all the glass.
Someone tall left this footprint. A man, probably.
Okay, without two footprints, how can you decide who's tall or what? But alright, I'll give that to you. Guessing nothing back here.
This burglar seems to be rather clumsy.
Yeah, he broke a vase or lantern. Looks more like he dropped a book right on top of it. Okay, so nothing in there.
What killed all these animals?
Some dead rats. And cicadas or cockroaches.
What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene? What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work?
Uh-oh.
What the... Charles Hawkins?
Okay. So you tried to get whatever was in here.
Looks like the symbol rejected Hawkins.
Am I becoming more psychic?
What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess? Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe.
Okay. Anything else I'm missing? Anything else that might be relevant? There's nothing in this dark corner. Come on. Yes, I know I should have charged my controller before playing. Alright, Sanders, what are you hiding?
Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case.
Okay, I don't think there's anything else. Books on alchemy. nameless bookstore. I've never seen a collection of works of magic and occultism. Algerian Drink, the owner, prides himself on being the luminary in the studies of esoteric phenomena. The library is ransacked during the attempted burglary. It holds numerous rare and forbidden works. Its back room houses a safe protected by an ancient symbol. The nameless bookstore's burglar came through the door. A bit further, some knocked over objects follow the trail to the back room. There, a mess next to the safe confirms the person's aim. However, there is no material evidence to support my hunch as to the identity of the burglar. Charles Hawkins did indeed appear to me, as well as a star symbol on the door of the safe. I cannot determine if the presence of Sarah Hawkins in my projections is a result of an unconscious work of my mind, or whether it proves the case obsesses me. Don't think I want to open the safe. Ooh.
Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
The page seems to be hidden here. It's possible to read. If somebody finds these memoirs, there will be no doubt that I am in serious trouble. My last and only hope is that my body and bones are still in this plane of reality, in order that they be recovered and buried. The funeral urn must be given to my dear mother, if she is still of this world. The following message of this capital importance. Whoever reads these lines and demonstrates acuity of sharp mind can hope to gain access to my most precious possession. It lies within my safe, and the clues to the combination are found in 3 cylinders, each hidden where life and study combine in Greek world. Greek world, okay. Each cylinder is numbered, even if, as the celebrate author says, order is the pleasure of reason, but disorder is the delight of imagination. Indeed, despite my preference for organized chaos, I must admit that reason usually prevails in the end. If by chance a person, or should I say a genius, was to match my intellect and find the combination of the safe, I would ask that they deliver its contents to the safekeeping of my friend and colleague, Professor Armitage, at the Miskatonic University. The contents of the safe is not only a vast digest of knowledge, but also a weapon that is far too dangerous for it to fall into the wrong hands. I hope that you will be able to appreciate the danger that this represents, and that you will act accordingly in any event. I will neither be here to guide you nor suffer from your actions. Okay.
A strange amulet. I have a feeling I'd better not touch it.
A strange amulet. The pendant is in the shape of a large dog. I don't know what it represents. I might find out more by searching the bookstore.
Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills? What link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
This key that bears the Elder Sign is the only one able to protect your psyche. It is in the form of a cylindrical medallion. Hanging at the end of a heavy chain hundreds of years ago, the star and the branch, whose purpose is to push back the forces of the great old ones, were engraved at its center. Everything points to it being Charles Hawkins, and that tore it from its last owner, an Egyptian antique dealer. In press cuttings that mention the misdemeanor, The date of the robbery coincides with the last of Hawkins' trip to Cairo. It remains to be seen whether he knows of the true purpose of the artifact. Try to find it. Okay, so that could help me in the future if I find it, I'm guessing. Maybe keep me a little more sane. Alright, let's take another look around.
Arkham editions. Never heard of him.
Isis Unveiled. A book of esoteric physiology. And a key text in Madame Blavatsky's theological movement. Written by Helena Petrov Blavatsky. This volume is part of the Arkham Anthology, a luxurious collection of treatises and works on esotericism and the supernatural.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
This collection of texts on different beliefs was written by the legendary philosopher. It includes a translation of the Elder Emerald Tablet, a popular text among the 16th century alchemists. This volume is part of the Arkham Anthology.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
This text claims that in the distant past, Europe and other continents were controlled by the mothers of the people. By the mothers of this people, and moreover, that our alphabet is derived from the Phrygian language.
Arkham Editions. Never heard of him.
This volume is part of the Arkham Anthology of American Folklore and Urban Legends, written by Albert Wilmars. Okay. Lots of books.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
Written by Nostradamus. Really?
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
The famous lyrical work published in Italy in 1768. It is said that the opera was performed only once, resulting in an audience riot that left several dead and missing. Cool.
Arkham Editions.
Re-edited
Never heard of
by
it.
Claudia D. Waits, based on L.W.D. Lawrence's original. This book is supposedly written by the legendary King Solomon.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
Known as the Nightmare Lyrics, this collection of poems was sensationally received when first published in 1908. Derby was only 19 years old. Okay.
Another volume by
I think I already
Arkham
read
Editions.
this one, right? Yeah. Okay, so I got more medicine. I'm getting lots of books here.
Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them.
Okay. What else we got? Come on. That looks to be it. At least for this room. Let's check out in here again. Get some more oil.
A kind of chalice.
This goblet seems to be very ancient. It seems to be made of gold and decorated with real precious stones. Do the rubies and sapphires make up a specific motif? Okay.
Things are not looking good.
Yeah, king's surrounded.
Things are not looking good.
Alright, I guess we'll listen to these. I guess we'll listen to them one by one.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
Okay, red drops. I'm guessing that means the rubies on the goblet.
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
So the white pieces on the the chessboard.
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Okay.
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Is it the number of Arkham editions? So, number of white pieces still standing. Is that on the board? Or all of them here? Let's say that's 1, 2, 3, 4 standing on the board, and 6 altogether standing. And how many rubies did we have? Come on. Move over.
The Chalice of Knowledge.
So, how many rubies do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are the red drops. So 5 of those. Now, how many Arkham editions do we have?
So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message. What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message. What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message. What did Drake say about this collection?
So... looks like there's 8 volumes. But I didn't
Drake
see...
talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
Should be one that mentions Azathoth.
What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message. What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a
Here it is.
particular volume.
Azathoth and Other Horrors. A collection of poems by Edward Pickman Derby, also known as the Nightmare Lyrics. This collection of poems was sensationally received when first published in 1908. Derby was only 19 years old. 18 years old. And it's the 9th volume. Okay, so I got some numbers. Let's see if we can open up that safe. Okay, if the safe cannot whisper at me. So I think this one. And maybe 4. No. Do not make the mistake of taking this jewel for an inanimate object, the soul of a powerful sorcerer, devourer of bodies of the Lang cult. A sect of Central Asia lies in this jade amulet. His very characteristic form, a massive hunting dog, represents the transformation of the sorcerer into a man-eating ghoul. Whoever unearths the amulet and wears it around his neck is at risk of the sorcerer's wrath. The latter will return in the shape of a formidable hunter to track and dismember all defilers. That's nice. Okay.
So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
Azathoth and Other Horrors. So this is volume 9. There are 8 books here. And the only number...
What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume.
1809.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets. I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny. Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Okay.
The Queen has little protection.
Or is it only 3, not including the Queen? Okay. So let's try that.
So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
Alright, let's try this. There we go. Okay, so what's this big book about? What the hell is happening now? Alright, so I guess we completed that chapter. The nameless bookstore. Pierce traced the trail of an attempted burglary. He discovered that Charles Hawkins was behind the attempt. Pierce opened the bookseller's safe to find that what the latter and Sarah Hawkins had hidden there. A book covered in human skin lied inside. Irresponsibly attracted the detective. Irresistibly attracted the detective. When he opened it, his mind was projected into another body. Okay, so we're gonna possess someone. That'll be interesting. If it'll ever load. Come on. There we go. Suppose I have to press it.
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
I'm in Colden. Okay, so why are we in this nurse?
Did you inject him with a tranquilizer?
No, Doctor. Not me, not anyone. Our stock is empty, yet again.
Again? But there was enough for the whole island.
More and more people are suffering from insomnia. We can't refuse to help.
Of course.
Any idea what
Okay.
this man might be undergoing?
Oh, let's examine him.
Very well. I'll examine him. "30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell.
Okay.
Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body. His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin, tender at the touch, slightly sticky.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
Okay. Let's see.
In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find an
Oh.
explanation. You have to.
Is he like turning into an octopus? Bones deteriorating, ringlets forming on his hands, like the suckers of an octopus?
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth.
Yeah, he's a bit of a sketch.
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier,
He seemed to feel better?
yes, like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
He's turning aquatic. Oh, this is so cool.
I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
Yeah,
No.
why not?
This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
Treating
What
him.
I'm doing?
What are you doing?
How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients. Provide him with the best available care.
I highly
Your
doubt
imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are...
that. Oh, come on.
not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
How forthright should we be? Don't want to sound too crazy, but let's lean into it.
I've seen suction cups on his fingers, his falling body temperature, his dehydration. Had I only read the report, you know what I would have concluded, Doctor.
Do I? Tell me anyway. I'm curious.
He's no longer human. These are the attributes of an animal.
Fascinating.
An animal.
An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Is that a threat? Are you threatening me, boy?
Was that a threat? What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
Oh, there's a body right there. Nobody mentioned crimes for now. We need those hidden files.
Oh, that evidence exists. I'm sure of it. I need to find the missing medical files.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep Mum.
Thank you, nurse. I'm sure I can trust you. So, I guess I'm having visions.
An unknown medicine. Judging by the other ones, it causes heavy side effects.
Visions of what Holden is going up to right now? While my real body is still at the antique dealers? Are you just pretending to take inventory?
Chronic insomnia. Like half the island.
So everyone's suffering from lack of sleep, insomnia, and has to take these drugs, which is why we're finding them everywhere. Okay, I can still crouch. I don't have my lighter.
This place draws you in and never lets you go.
High security units.
no, you're pulling my leg. I'm not joking. I saw the schedule. She's alone in the bathroom again. And she still says nothing to that old witch Donovan?
Oh, listen to the way you talk, you naughty girl. And the answer is no. You can imagine that she doesn't dare say a thing. That silly goose lets herself be trodden on.
Oh well, at least we won't have to clean for a while.
And just wait and see the next time the water's cut off. It's a real show.
Okay, someone's getting bullied here.
Watch out for the water, Doctor.
You got an overflow? Alright, what's in here? Alright, some more medicine. But I guess I can't acquire that.
We're running out of this medicine.
I know, Doctor. We sent the purchase order, though, but Mrs. Donovan refused it.
Once again.
Can't you do anything?
Donovan takes her instructions directly from Dr. Fuller. I'm afraid I can do nothing about it for the moment. We're running out of the...
I know, Doctor.
Once again.
Can't you do anything?
Donovan takes her...
Okay, so they're refusing to get the medicine we need. Pseudoscientific work by Caesar Lombroso correlates an individual morphology with the criminal predisposition. The series of the study and the accuracy of the demonstrations can deceive an uninformed reader. Okay.
The doses prescribed by Fuller are far too high. We've been waiting to be restocked for weeks.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest. It's so unfair.
Elizabeth? You all right? Why is this room in such a state?
Yeah, it's messed
Because,
up.
as always, I'm cleaning it by myself. And the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse to belittle me.
Do you really need Mrs. Donovan to open a valve? Why not ask the janitor?
I can't make these decisions without her approval. Imagine if there were a leak. Anyhow, the boiler room is locked half the time. So every time the water gets shut off, I have to go and endure her reproach until she's settled the problem.
I see.
She's just setting you up,
Courage,
eh?
Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
What a bitch.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly. It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
So if I follow that, I can help her out. Anything else of interest in the bath? Doesn't look like it. I can't believe they used to lock people into baths like this. In either boiling water or freezing. Lock them into chairs. Medicine really was fucked. Reference Book of Medical Sciences.
I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do. I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do.
Yeah, Miss Donovan.
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
So I gotta get rid of
That
you.
won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless.
Of course you will. So, how do I get rid of you?
Let's hope I can go through the administration office.
No smoking inside, sir.
The door to the boiler room is locked. I have to get the key if I wish to get rid of Donovan.
Dr. Colden?
Hello, Betty. I'm looking for the key to the boiler room.
What for?
To put it in its place. Perhaps I should do the same with you.
I beg your pardon?
I suspect you of having a little too much fun at Elizabeth's expense. But be warned, it could easily be you they will all be laughing at tomorrow.
You are right, Doctor. The key is in the dormitory office in Block B.
Thank you. I shall go fetch it.
Yeah, keep walking. What's in the kitchen? Some slop, no cook. What's this?
Patients and hospital personnel eat the same food.
Well, at least it should be of some quality then. That looks like something, or is it just glowing green? Can't get it anyway. Alright, let's find something else to look at.
Doctor, please. My chest. Oh.
His perfusion of a semi-physiological solution doesn't seem to work. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation. Nurse? Deborah, come and help me, please. His potassium level is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll tend to it right away.
Thank you. He's in your hands.
Okay, so we helped him, that's nice.
Hay fever. What's he doing here?
Probably an excuse to get him in. An experiment on him.
He broke his back in an accident down by the docks.
Ah, the whaling station. What's wrong with me?
What are you talking about?
Doctor, that you?
Yes, it's Dr. Colden. Tell me what happened.
It's the old whaling station. See?
What about it?
What did you see there?
Nothing. Nothing at all. The floor was all rotten and I fell straight through.
And that's how you broke your back?
Perhaps. No idea. Passed out. I'll just sleep a bit more.
Okay, could it have been Cat? The docks are her territory. Hey, what are you doing here?
Why did nobody tell me about her admission?
The files describe the state in which Irene Sanders entered the Riverside Institute, as well as the treatment administered to her. Fuller added a handwritten note. He recommends to take her down to the psychiatric wing in order to provide her with quiet and rest as she needs. What happened to you?
Mrs. Sanders?
She was full of life and piss and vinegar last time we saw her. Dr. Fuller's really trying to cut all his ties.
She recently came back from the surgical block. She's stable. Given her file, a nephrectomy would have been inevitable, but Fuller was able to save her kidney.
How did he do that? So he can do some good. But how? Very suspicious. What's in here? Hey, we got a key.
The key to the boiler room. All I have to do is shut off the water and hope Donovan takes the bait.
Oh, we're gonna do her wrong, eh? Poor Elizabeth.
Intoxication from breathing organic vapors.
Was he smoking opium?
Another insomniac. I should find the cause for such a widespread trouble.
Probably something in the water. Where's this patient? I don't think it's like Dr. Fuller to have empty beds.
Dr. Colden, here you are at last. This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric wing. We've been following the treatment you prescribed, but the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight. We haven't been able to move him. The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Sir, I am going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination. He bit his lips so much, they're still bleeding. White froth, evidently because of such drooling. His binds left bloody wounds.
So, Doctor, what should we do with this patient?
I don't think he's been mistreated. He's struggling a lot, though.
You did good work. The tranquilizer is kicked in. Now you can disinfect and bandage his wounds.
Thank you, Doctor. And as to his weight loss?
I'll prescribe an antifungal treatment for his dysgeusia. In the meantime, feed him intravenously.
It'll be done.
It seems to be about half and half good nurses and bad nurses. Hey! I know that guy.
Gentlemen, may I help you?
We're waiting on news regarding our mother, Maureen Harding. She came in with a kidney problem, but we haven't heard anything since.
Oh, she's fine.
I've tended to her, and I have good news. Her blood analysis is reassuring. Her kidneys are as new.
Are you talking about the same person? This is miraculous.
She's still recovering, but you may speak to her upon her awakening.
Oh, thank you so much, Doctor. We'll wait for her to wake up. We've been here since this morning, so it won't make a difference. Thank you again, Doctor.
Okay. How's he doing?
Dr. Colden?
Yeah, you didn't like my threat, did you?
Dr. Colden.
That's it? That's all you're gonna say is my name?
In theory, this is where we hang the key to the boiler room. Dr. Fuller always keeps his key with him.
So we got the storage room key here. Pharmacy, washroom, surgical ward.
Thank you for your help, Doctor.
Thank you.
That's it?
I'll be going.
I'm guessing we can trigger something with her later then.
This man, Edward Pierce, his file is incomplete. What did Fuller do to him?
If I remember right, that was the guy who had his eyes gouged out? Right? Maybe? No, that was Sanders. Who is Pierce again? Wait, I'm Pierce. So, well, of course they wouldn't have my records. Sanders would have hid them along with everything else.
Where did my fiancée go? I hope those nutcases will stop burdening her with work.
Yeah, probably not.
There's no way I'm leaving until I find what Fuller is hiding.
It's a quiet little town. Days go by, steady as ever. I wanted more for myself, but...
I don't get why they have us waiting so long. Almost no patience here.
Ethan,
Marie,
what are you doing here?
I'm waiting for my medication, of course. Why?
I thought we trusted each other.
Really, Marie? Can you swear to me that you're not intending something reckless?
It's because I respect you that I won't lie to you.
Is there something I should know?
You better tell me about your symptoms.
I have nightmares. They keep me awake every night. It seems stupid, I know, but they're terrible.
Actually, you're not the only one.
No. No one has ever seen the things I see. It's like I'm turning mad.
So many people have this affliction. It's like an epidemic.
Do you think it might be related to Fuller's work?
I don't know yet, but I will figure all this out. Everyone in Darkwater is suffering from nightmares.
Really?
We don't have any medication left.
Oh. There's no excuse then. I should let you work.
Take care, Ethan.
You too, Marie.
Is everything all right, Ethan?
Yeah, I know I should go.
I will work until late.
Oh. All right.
He's got it bad.
Sorry, but nobody can take anything until I finish the inventory. Please, the fewer interruptions there are, the faster I'll be finished.
Alright, fine. I'll come back when you're done.
The operating room is never accessible after an operation.
Who the hell is that? Alright, so I guess I gotta get into the boiler room now. Come on.
I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool.
Well, there's plenty lying around here. Get some leverage. What do you need? Come on,
I
where's
can't
that
shut
woman
this
power?
with my bare hands. I need a tool.
A hammer would work. Okay, so where did I see some more tools?
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. Everything all right, Dr. Colden?
All is well, Elizabeth. Thank you. I was making sure the water wasn't cut off yet again.
Thank God, no. The water's running. I have no desire to call Donovan for help.
Well, that's unfortunate. I'm gonna have to mess it up for you.
Come now. Don't let that witch sap your morale.
I'm trying, Doctor. I'm trying. It's just that sometimes I imagine she shuts down the water herself, just for the pleasure of harassing me.
Her time is much too precious for these kind of petty games. Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay.
The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office. The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office.
What if I get our friend Ethan to do this for me? He's just sitting around doing nothing. Oh, you're out here now.
Is everything all right?
Yeah,
I will...
Oh.
Maybe the janitor left something in the washroom back here. Let's see. Everything looks in order. Oh, here it is. Now let's shut off that water. Sorry, Elizabeth, you're a casualty of war.
I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion. It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
Dr. Colden, might there be a problem with the water?
I was about to mention it. It seems it's been cut off yet again.
I can't take this, Marie. I feel I'm gonna burn.
Oh, come on. I'm sorry, Elizabeth.
First.
It's not your fault if we have defective plumbing.
And yet, I'm the one who gets punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that annoying old witch. Courage, Elizabeth. Here we go. And hold your tongue this time.
Nah, let her have it. Where the hell did... Oh, there you are. I guess I'll follow you until you get there.
Mrs. Donovan?
I'm busy. Elizabeth, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. But it's about the water.
What now?
It's off. It's not my fault.
Nothing is ever...
At last. The missing files must be hidden here.
Alright, let's try and search quick.
The Stendhal syndrome. Of course. This is where Fuller found his diagnosis for Francis Sanders.
The study of Stendhal syndrome, a particular rare mental illness. Subjects display mental disorders linked to exposure of artwork. Okay. So we'd gone mad from the artwork. But we already knew that.
Something is wrong with these masts. It's some sort of puzzle. I've unlocked something.
That was pretty easy. The cylinder was hidden in Fuller's office. He recorded his thoughts about one of the named psychoanalyst sessions he submitted. Sarah Hawkins.
Patient files. I was right.
Okay. Anything else? What's in here? It's locked, of course. And that leads outside. Alright, I guess we listen to this.
Conclusions, session number 17. Patient, Sarah Hawkins. The patient appears to have finally accepted the illusory nature of what she calls the mythos. It goes without saying that these peculiar delusions are the price that comes with her exceptional gifts.
Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about Sarah Hawkins?
At first, I presumed that her blood was the key. But I found nothing to explain Mrs. Hawkins' abilities.
Okay.
The poor souls downstairs are not Fuller's only subjects.
Then James came, irate that Charles was keeping secrets from him. I presume that he will try to break into the basement sooner or later.
So is the captain in cahoots with him?
Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three?
It is fortunate that I had the presence of mind to set the morgue in the basement. When all the fuss about the Hawkins incident finally comes to an end, I will dispose of her belongings. In the meantime, they must remain hidden in plain sight.
How do you mean?
Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection.
A partially burned shoe. It looks like it belonged to Sarah.
Why is Ethan on medication?
Okay, is there any other hidden clues?
This finger belonged to a woman. Why keep it here?
Is that Sarah's? Why would he keep everything hidden in plain sight, as he says? It doesn't make sense. Okay, we got anything else? Any other hidden clues? Nothing in the garbage. Hidden in the plants? No. Nothing on the coat rack. Can't rummage through his desk. Alright, let's call it.
I must go back to the basement. I should go another way.
Okay, so where's the psychology wing? Psychiatric wing.
The operating room is never accessible after an operation.
So I need a key.
Dr. Colden?
I'll be going. In theory, this is where we hang the key to the boiler room.
Alright, this should be that high security wing then, right? So let's head that way. How you doing? You dead yet? Well, you're not moving. And how about our buddy here? Is he feeling better? Nope. I guess no one gets better here. Alright, back down here. Yeah, this looks as pleasant as it was the last time I was here. This is pretty deep basement, unnecessarily so. Huh. Yeah, that's pleasant. That's locked. What's this?
Ah, now that's the Marie that I know. I knew I could count on your scientific curiosity. It's time to show you what you were so eager to discover.
Oh, shit. So we gotta go save her then.
If you're gonna shoot me, at least have the decency to look me in the eyes.
Turn around. Slowly. Talk, filthy thief! Or I swear I'll shoot!
Okay. It was Charles Hawkins.
Take a minute to look around. Everything points to Charles Hawkins.
He's dead!
No.
You know
he was
better than
here
that.
for a very specific item.
Oh, no.
The book. Why was it in the safe?
Have you read it?
Answer the question.
How foolish of you. Now you won't be able to escape his will. What did it show you?
It was Marie.
She went into Fuller's office. She was looking for Sarah Hawkins' corpse.
Sarah Hawkins, you say? Let's go back to the start, shall we? Whose life did the Necronomicon choose to show you?
Dr. Colden. She was at the Riverside Institute. She's in danger. I have to go.
Wait! No one knows the occult better than me. You might need my help.
You don't look like you're quite sane at the moment, but yeah, sure, you'll be my Robin.
All right. All right. I might need you after all.
Perfect. Let's meet later at the Hawkins mansion. Now go! Rescue the doctor!
Thank you, Drake.
book projected Pierce into the body of Dr. Colden. The detective watched helplessly as Bradley's friend carried out her inquiry. Confronted with the experiments of Fuller, she got into his office and discovered that the director of the Riverside Institute was hiding information on, if not the body, of Sarah Hawkins. But she was discovered by Fuller. Pierce must save her before it's too late. So we got the miraculous catch, insomnia, the Hawkins, bootleggers, and cats. This is going to be a pretty good story. People turning into cephalopods. Can't wait to see what happens next. Not that I'm happy to be going back to the Institute, but I suppose we'll see what horrors lie in wait for us there. Come on. Load faster. There we go. Through the window like a burglar at night.
I pray that Colden is really here and alive.
But I think we'll leave it there for now. We'll continue on in the next episode, continuing deeper into the Riverside Institute in hopes of saving Dr. Cullen. So until then, I'll see you guys next time.